Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking features delicious recipes and cooking tips from the Gulf Coast's finest chefs and restaurants. Watch as popular local chefs prepare their special dishes with natural gas. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient natural gas.
We have got some great seafood dishes for you today. Compliments of Executive Chef John Smith with Hemingway's Island Grill.
Well, hello, Carmela. It's great to be here.
Well, we are excited to taste these delicious dishes and watch how they all go together. Tell our viewers what you'll be preparing for today.
Well, today we're going to start with, we're going to do a filet and lobster Angelo. It's basically a grilled filet with angel hair pasta, finished off with a lobster Alfredo, accompanied with rainbow carrots.
That sounds fabulous. That's our first dish.
Yes.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to do is, well, we have the rainbow carrots.
I was going to mention.
Yeah, you can usually find these in the organic area in your local grocery stores, but they're really nice. They're kind of seasonal, but they're nice. What we're going to do, we're going to blanch these. So we're just going to go ahead and throw these in some hot water. Just let them blanch. We're going to kind of tender them up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to make the lobster Alfredo sauce. So what we want to do is we're going to start with just a touch of olive oil. Go ahead and get this warmed up just a little bit. Then we're going to add in some milk and some heavy cream. And kind of what you want to do is you want to kind of let this come to a boil. We're basically going to be reducing this down.
Okay.
Okay. Once we get this going, we're going to add in a little bit of its lobster base. You can find this at your local seafood houses. They usually carry it. It's a lobster base. You can make this yourself if you wanted to reduce the, just boil the lobsters down and get all the, and then it's a little long process, but you can make it yourself.
Product,
yes, it is a nice product. It's quick and easy.
This is a little surf and turf here, isn't it?
Basically, it is. It's kind of involving, the carrots, but it also the angel hair pasta. A lot of times, people like a good steak and pasta dish, whereas surf and turfs are usually comes with a potato or just a garden vegetable.
Twist. And I like the pasta in the way you are going to prepare it.
Yeah, thanks.
Very nice.
Okay. Now, as this starts to bubble on you and gets hot, we're going to add in some grated Parmesan. Okay. This is going to thicken it up.
Quite a bit, huh?
Quite a bit. So you want to be careful how much cheese you add at a time, because you want to get your right consistency of what you want. This is just a basic, simple Alfredo.
The lobster bisque has given it a nice color, hasn't it?
It is.
A richness.
Base, yeah. And you kind of want to give the cheese a chance to emulsify inside the cream, because like I said, it was a little thin a while ago, and now it's really starting to get thick.
Yes, it has.
So like I said, be careful how much cheese you add to it.
Well, how will you know when it's the consistency?
You kind of want, well, a lot of people, it just depends on how thick you want it. I mean,
To taste.
To taste, the flavors are, I wouldn't add any salt to it because the lobster base is really kind of salty.
Okay.
So you kind of want to keep that. And then once it gets to this stage, and we're going to add in our lobster meat to it. The lobster meat is going to really burst out those flavors. I don't really like to chop up my lobster. I like to keep my lobster in big, nice chunks. So we're just going to fold that right in.
You can tell it's lobster that way, right?
Yes. All righty.
Real deal.
Real deal. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grill our steak while this kind of sits and simmers.
And look at this filet you have brought us today.
It's a center cut. It's an 8-ounce filet center cut. Now you can actually take this, split it in half, and get medallions out of it if you'd like to have it a little thinner. Okay, but I like to, and I like a little spicy. Some people will season with salt, pepper, and garlic. I like to season with a little bit of blackening spice. I just like the way it kicks up a little bit. So just kind of rub it in, both sides at the top. We're going to get this going.
And you could grill this, but since we don't have a grill, and if folks don't have a grill, they can certainly...
Right, it's something simple and easy you can do inside the house. It doesn't really involve a lot of heat in the house, so we're good.
Saute pan or a griddle, such as that?
Anything works. Anything you've got works. Okay. Now we need to put our pasta in. And this is basically the angel hair pasta. You kind of use it fresh. If you want to use dried, that's fine. But we're just going to just toss it.
Show everyone how, or tell us how
What
you
this
did
is,
that.
you're doing a bird's nest, and you want to leave your pasta a little starchy.
Okay.
And then basically you just take a fork into your pasta, and you basically have your pasta, and you just take a fork and you start twirling it until you get it into a tight form, and then kind of ball it up in your hand.
Okay.
And then you want to let it sit out and air dry.
Okay, that's important.
And that way it'll stay into the nest. Okay.
Okay.
And then once you boil it, it's going to come a little loose while it's cooking, but it'll still maintain pretty much the nest.
Such a pretty presentation.
Just going to drop a couple of those in there. And then, like I said, our lobster sauce is doing really, really good. It's thickened up really nice, really nice. The big hunks of lobster in it. Like I said, it's just a simple Alfredo. The only thing is we're adding lobster to it.
But the lobster will add a lot of taste.
A lot of flavor,
to that
because the
sauce.
lobster meat is so rich.
Yes.
So rich and so
So
good.
So good.
I think I'm on the same page. Okay. And
And
we've got our
carrots
rainbow
are looking
carrots. They're
good.
blanching. Our pasta's just right there.
Yes. John, how long have you been at Hemingway?
I've been at Hemingway's for 7 years.
7 years.
7
well,
years.
you have done a great job. I mean, it's one of the most popular restaurants on Pensacola Beach. You're on the Sound.
Yes.
Gorgeous view.
Yeah. When you come on the beach, we're about a quarter mile down on the left. We're right at the end of the boardwalk. So it's really, you can't really miss it. It's a big place.
Yes. And you're one of the first, you're the first restaurant
Yes.
on the boardwalk.
Yes. We are the very first
Yeah.
restaurant.
But you've got great outdoor dining.
We have a full deck. It's from for anywhere in Hemingway's, you have a great view. Because
right.
the building is basically surrounded with glass, and then we also have the porch outside, which is covered, and it's a nice breeze, and you really enjoy it. We do a lot of venue wedding parties, company parties. People get married down on the beach in front of Hemingway's. It's a really nice venue.
Well, it's beautiful. I mean, it's right on the Sound, and you know, you can enjoy it all year long.
Okay. The
And
filet
not
is
just
doing
in
pretty
the warm
good.
months, but, you know, off season too.
I kind of like to take my filet and just kind of roll and brown the edges a little bit. And we're just going to turn it over.
Oh, look how good that looks.
And you cook your filet whatever temp you like. And again, it's with a steak this big, it's going to take you a little while. So don't get your heat too hot, because you don't want to burn and scorch the outside.
Right.
But you know, depending on how you like it cooked. If you like it well done, I would tell you to go ahead and butterfly it or do the smaller medallions, because it'll cook quicker.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like our pasta's just about there. Perfect. So let's go ahead and plate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take carrots. These have been blanched. Just kind of line them up on the plate. It's a really nice color. I love rainbow carrots.
Now, all of these they all taste like carrots.
Yes, it's pretty much all the same.
It's just the color that's different.
Yeah.
Some people expect them to taste different, but they really don't.
No, they don't. They really don't. We're going to get our pasta out of the water.
Oh, look how nice those turned out.
And again, like I said, they'll keep their form really nice.
Because they were already cooked.
Yes.
You just wanted to warm them up, right?
And leave it al dente. Just going to do a couple of nests right there. Okay. Then we're going to take our filet. I kind of like my filet between about mid-rare. So we're going to take our filet. You just want to kind of crown it right in the center. Okay. And we've got our lobster Alfredo.
Wow.
What I like to do is kind of stir it up a little bit and kind of get the sauce and go over the pasta, like so. Then take your chunks of lobster meat, kind of lay up on top.
This is why you leave them in chunks, right?
Right, because you really get to see it.
Oh, John, this looks regal. It really does. Isn't that beautiful?
And just take a little parsley
My
to garnish.
goodness.
And there you have it.
Look at that.
Filet and lobster Angelo.
Our first dish from Hemingway's. Let's put it right up here. I cannot wait to dig into that. All of my favorites. How about that?
Awesome.
Love it. What's our next dish?
Our next dish, we're going to be doing a Mary's sauteed crab cake. It's at the restaurant we do a fried crab cake. It's during our lunch specials. But with this one, in this version, we're going to do it sauteed, because a lot of people are trying to watch, the fried food back. So we're going to back it off a little bit. We're going to saute them in some olive oil so it's nice and fresh.
That's coming up. You don't want to miss that. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Heat pumps don't pump much heat. In fact, heat from an efficient natural gas heater can be 30% warmer, and you can get up to an $800 rebate when you install one. Warming up to natural gas yet? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Natural gas is the clean, reliable, earth-friendly energy choice. Here's what Pensacola Energy customers have to say about using natural gas.
We have noticed using the natural gas, our power bills have been a lot lower. Our last home was all electric, and now that we've built this house with natural gas, we won't ever consider going back to electric.
Go blue and save green with natural gas from Pensacola Energy. Visit PensacolaEnergy.com and make the switch today.
As promised, Mary's sauteed crab cakes from Hemingway's is next.
Yes, ma'am. What we've done, we've started to dice up some red pepper. We're going to add this into our bowl. And we're going to chop up some green scallions. Green onion.
And you were telling me that Mary is part of the Hemingway family, thus the name.
Hemingway name, yes.
Okay.
There's a couple items on our menu that Mary Ann's onion spirals, our squash. Her name is kind of throughout the menu itself.
Okay.
So it's just kind of keeping the Hemingway history through our menu.
Sure.
And we're going to add the green onion into our red pepper.
And of course, Ernest Hemingway
Yes, of course.
is what's personified
Yes.
throughout the restaurant.
We actually have books and artwork that we sell for the family out of the restaurant that people can purchase.
Yes, you
We
do.
have some T-shirts, hats, things like that. So it's kind of nice for people to memorability of coming to the restaurant.
Right, right. And remember Pensacola Beach, and a great place to eat.
It is. Thanks. Okay, so we've got our onions and peppers in here. We're going to add our crab meat. Do this.
Lump crab meat.
And the one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to add a lot of filler.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Because a lot of places do add so much filler, and you just can't hardly see the crab meat.
Right. Well, I get it. I understand why they do it. But if you're going to do crab cakes, do crab cakes.
Absolutely. You want to see the crab.
What we're going to do is we want to make our binder now. I use a back thin crab meat. It's not the super lump and it's not the small lump. It's kind of like a middle crab meat. That's the way it's kind of a good, as you can see, it's kind of a really nice texture to it. Okay. What we want to do now is we want to make our binder. We're going to take an egg. We're going to set up a little bit. We're going to add in a little bit of Tabasco sauce. Now, if you like it spicy, go ahead and add quite a bit of Tabasco sauce. If you like it kind of mild, then don't add so much. But if you like it spicy, go ahead and add a little extra Tabasco sauce.
Okay, so this is going to be quite spicy?
Well, really not too bad.
No?
That's only about 1/4 ounce.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
Okay.
For that much we have in there, it's not going to be that
perfect.
And then we add about a 1/2 tablespoon of Worcestershire to that. Okay, now whisk this up. Now your binder is really mayonnaise. Okay, so you can get this, light mayonnaise, low-fat mayonnaise. You can get anything you want, but try to get a mayonnaise that's not a salad dressing. You want to get mayonnaise.
The real stuff.
Right. We're probably going to add in, I would say probably close to 1/2 cup of mayonnaise to that. Just kind of whisk this up. If you'll notice, I'm doing all my wet stuff separately. Okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to break up the crab meat. If you mix everything together at one time, by the time you get through folding it all together, it's all going to break up. So you
Good tip.
Okay, so this is our binder. And what we're going to do, we're just going to fold this into our crab meat. And again, we want to be gentle with it. As I said, we don't want to break up our crab meat. Just kind of fold this in. It's going to be kind of wet, which is fine.
So it's bell pepper and...
Bell pepper, green scallions.
The red bell pepper, green scallions.
Okay. Then it has the Worcestershire Tabasco sauce. And then
Simple ingredients.
Simple ingredients. A simple egg. Again, because you really don't want to add a lot of different flavors to it because you want to taste the crab meat.
Yes.
Okay. So it's, like I said, it's really, really kind of wet to you. That's fine. What you want to do is kind of ball it up in your hand. Just kind of squeeze a little bit. Let that juice come out of it, like so. But this is the binding process.
Okay.
Now from here, what I like to do is dredge it through panko. Some breadcrumbs. Just kind of give it an outside.
So you've got it in a ball.
Right. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, basically kind of a ball, and you just kind of squeeze it and kind of make it into a cake. Like so. Right, and here again, you're just making a nice little cake. Go ahead and do 2 of them. Again, like I said, it's a little wet. It's fine. You want it to be wet.
But squeezing it out helps,
Squeeze it,
doesn't it?
a little bit like cream out of there.
Yeah.
And again, just dredge it right in.
Otherwise, they're going to be a little mushy, aren't they?
Right. You want to keep them moist too, because there's nothing I hate more than a dry crab cake. And then just kind of squeeze it together, make a little cake. Okay. Then from here, you just want to go straight into your heated olive oil. Like so. And you just kind of want to let them cook and simmer. You don't want your heat too hot, because again, you don't want to overcook them or brown them too much. And then takes a few minutes, not very long.
And they'll just get brown, right? Because everything is pretty much cooked.
Yes, it is. And you want the tenderness. You want the vegetables to be crispy anyway. That's just the flavors are just there. And we do a Sunday brunch.
Yes, you do. A great Sunday brunch.
Thank you very much. And it's bottomless mimosa. For those of you.
Love them.
And we also have a huevos rancheros where you can actually get a crab cake topped on a poached egg, and it's really, really nice. Poached egg on top of a crab cake. But we do a fried crab cake on that. So again, these are sauteed. It's a little different than our fried crab cakes.
Can you request them sauteed?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
you sure can.
Perfect.
We do crab claws. We can get them fried or sauteed. And the nice thing about crab cakes, we do a crab cake sandwich, which is, oh my God, it's delicious. That's the nice thing about crab. I love crab cakes because you can either make them really small for appetizers, you can make them big for entree plate, make them for sandwiches. It just depends on what you want to do with
And
it.
if they're small, a little slider, it's really nice to pass as an hors d'oeuvre. It's wonderful.
Great appetizer.
Yes. Well, now, what are your hours for your Sunday brunch?
Our Sunday brunch runs from 10 to 1:30.
Oh, a nice long time.
10 to 1:30. Yes. And we also do a buffet on Sunday. We have our full brunch menu, our full dinner menu, but we also do a buffet, which has all your normal breakfast items.
Right.
And then, of course, I do. I kind of make it different every week. Sometimes I'll do a barbecue theme. Sometimes I'll do a seafood theme. Sometimes it'll be Italian pastas. Just kind of break it up every so. We get a lot of repeat business at Hemingways. We have a strong family that comes to see us.
Yes. Don't you have fun?
Oh, I have a blast there.
I know you do. I mean,
Hemingways
it's
is
so
so much
creative.
fun.
I mean, it's, being a chef there's a lot of creativity involved in that, but working where you do, gosh, right there on the
best view.
beach. Yes, and having patrons that, come all the time to enjoy your food, and it just must be so satisfying for you.
It is. It's very much so.
Great, and I can see, why, because you put a lot of love into your food, John.
I do.
And it's you can tell. You can tell.
I'm kind of known around town. I've won a few awards. Oops.
A few.
A few, yep. All right. Just flip them over.
Oh, they're brown to perfection. Very nice. John, while these finish cooking, let's take a commercial break right here. Okay, we'll be back with our next dish and have sauteed crab cakes ready for you, so stay with us.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com. Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
And our crab cakes
and then
look
just take them straight
beautiful.
out. We're just going to plate them. Again, it's like I said, you can make an appetizer out of it, make an entree. There's all kinds of things you can do with the crab cakes themselves. And they're a nice addition to anybody's menu. Even
I
if you
would
just
say
want an extra
so.
side.
Yes, I love that. Let's put it up next to our other dish.
Sure.
Before we start our ahi tuna.
The Ahi Tuna Fish Tacos. All right. So basically what we're doing with the tacos is we want to start off with some sliced garden vegetables.
Okay.
Okay. And we've already got some red pepper sliced. And you just want to kind of julienne it a little bit.
They cook so quickly that way, don't they?
Yeah. In fact, Let me go ahead and get this tuna sliced. It's nice.
Would you say that's a nice ahi tuna? It's beautiful.
You want to cut, you can do 4-ounce pieces, 8-ounce pieces, just depends on how many tacos you want to make. We're going to start with do basically a 4-ounce. We're going to probably make 3 tacos with it. Okay. And then with the vegetables, we're going to throw them into a skillet. So what we want to do is we want to wilt the vegetables down a little bit so they're not, we want them crisp.
So you've got yellow squash,
zucchini,
and
red
bell
pepper.
You think of the color and everything, don't you, when you do
I
this?
do, because presentation is everything, and we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to it. Presentation is everything as far as with cooking, because you want it to be vibrant and beautiful to the look, and it's a key part of it.
Yes, it is.
Basically, you want to wolf those down. We have some Napa cabbage. We're just going to take a couple leaves.
This is also a beautiful presentation, isn't it?
It is. It really is. I really enjoyed this to work with. We're going to kind of add this in towards the last once the vegetables have kind of wilted enough, because the cabbage will wilt super fast. So we're going to kind of hold that off for a little bit. Now with our tuna, we're going to blacken it. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of blackening spice. Add a little olive oil on top of this.
And this won't take long,
No,
especially if you like it rare.
Especially if you like the ahi tuna rare. Just kind of fold your tuna into the blackening spice. Any kind of blackening spice. Some people have their ones they normally pick out. We have a recipe we use at the restaurant for our blackening spice. And just kind of lay that on there. And what we need to do now is we need to make our sauce. I make a wasabi and soy reduction sauce to go with our tuna. So these are looking pretty nice.
So you're going to cook those, they're still going to have some crispness or a bite to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're you're going to see just where they just start to wilt a little bit, because again you want the crispiness. And we're going to fold in a little bit of Napa cabbage with it. And those are pretty much done.
Gosh, John, that was quick.
Yeah. Okay. So what we do is we do our sauce. We're going to add in a little bit of heavy cream. We're going to add in some soy sauce.
Is this honey? You
Yeah,
have
it's
honey and then wasabi powder?
Yeah, wasabi powder. Wasabi powder is going to be our thickening agent into our cream and soy. And we're going to add our wasabi powder.
Now, can you do that to taste?
Yes, you can do it to taste. The more wasabi you add, the more spicier it's going to be. The thing is, and same with the soy, you can get the soy sauce that has less salt in it, so it's not as salty. Soy sauce can be pretty salty. Now the wasabi is going to thicken this. And just like we did with our Alfredo earlier,
Right.
the wasabi is going to do basically the same thing. It's
So
going
you
to
have to have
thicken the
put
sauce.
enough wasabi in there to thicken it?
Yes.
Okay.
Once we get that boiling, let's go ahead and flip our tuna over.
Oh, look at that.
And as our sauce is starting to reduce and it's starting to thicken with that wasabi in it, here we want to add in our honey. This kind of takes away from the bite. The sweetness of the honey will take away that wasabi bite sometimes has.
Yeah.
So it's really a little sweetness to your tongue. It's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and there our tuna's doing perfectly.
Looks good. And you can tell the temperature of the tuna by the sides, right?
Yes, yes. As you can see,
That's your indicator right there.
Right. You can see how we're getting some gray, and it's real red and a little bit of gray on the bottom. I want to kind of get the bottom to kind of match the top, so we have an even cookness all the way through. But I'm going to leave this pretty close to rare to mid-rare. All right, our sauce is done. Our veggies are right where we need them to be.
They look great.
Okay.
Now, your fish taco Wednesdays?
Yes, we do.
Very
we
popular.
do fish tacos on Wednesdays. It's Dollar Fish Tacos. We do it down our Bimini during the season when it's really nice weather. And we sell a lot of them.
Yes, you do.
We break 1,000 tacos every Wednesday.
It's very popular.
Right, and we have $4 mojitos on Wednesday. Our Bimini bar is open. It's very nice and seasonal down there. If you're laying on the beach, you've got the full bar. You've got restaurant dining. You can dine at our Bimini also with full menu. So come out and join us.
Absolutely. Well, while this finishes up, I need to give everyone our telephone number. If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call us at 436-5050, or you can visit our website at www.coastalcooking.com.
All right, we have our tuna. Let's go ahead and get it thin sliced.
Cooked to perfection.
Thank you very much.
For me.
And again, like I said, you cook the tuna the way you want it. It's not, tuna to me is like a steak.
Yep.
You cook it the way you want it. If you want a rare steak, you cook it rare. If you want it mid-well, you cook it mid-well.
Take temperature,
it's
right?
Just strictly up to you. What we've done, we've kind of heated up our shells a little bit. Something I like to do. What we're going to do is just take our shell. We're going to take some of those nice wilted veggies and lay right in here. And we're going to take and lay the tuna strips right on top. Just like that.
Now
Got
this
veggies.
is a tuna taco.
This is a tuna taco. There, tuna in there.
And 3 for good measure.
3 for good measure. Oh, 1 for you, 1 for me, and
We might
You
let the
got one.
cameraman have
You might
one.
have.
I don't know. We'll see.
all right. And just kind of lay them on your plate.
Oh, how lovely.
It's okay if they kind of fold down a little bit.
Sure.
Perfect.
And then your
Then
sauce
we
on
have
top.
this wonderful sauce. Now this is like I said, a wasabi soy reduction sauce. Now again, we've added a little sweetness to it with the honey sauce. And I just take and pour that right over the tacos.
And voila. Hemingway's famous tuna tacos. I love it. Hey, before we leave, I want to give everybody your website.
Right, you can catch us on Facebook, Hemingways Facebook, and then we also have our website, HemingwaysIslandGrill.com.
.com. And listen, you have won several awards in our area.
Yes.
So proud of you.
Thank you very much. I've won several times at Taste of the Beach. This past time I've won Best of the Bay, Best Chef, won Top Chef, Best Seafood, WSRE. Just a few things.
Just a few things. Well, they're honorable things.
Well,
I can
thank
tell
you
you
very much.
that. That's wonderful accolades
Well, it's
for you.
always such a pleasure to come see you.
Well, it's so much fun, and look what I get to sample. I know, it's good stuff. And also, well, you'll be at the Seafood Grill this year.
Yes, I'm coming to see you again.
So we are excited about that, and you'll be at Taste of the Beach and
Yep, Taste of the Beach.
WSRE.
Yeah,
You're involved in so many community
A lot of
activities.
community activities we do. The gumbo cook-off for Gulf Breeze.
Yep.
We do that. There's the soup for
Manna.
the sheltered animals. We
Yes.
do that. We're involved in everything in the community.
Well, and so many of our chefs are, and it's such a privilege for us to get to be able to sample all of your wonderful food at these events. And without further ado, I'm going to start sampling these right
Let's
now.
dig right in.
But thank you again. You did a great
Thank
job.
you.
As always, it's so much fun to have you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we hope you'll join us again next Sunday because we'll be back with more coastal cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.